welcome to the MS studies. Okay, so today's our topic is the cardiac cycle, right? So what do you mean by cardiac cycle? As the name indicating, cardiac means heart, cycle means repetitions, right? So cardiac means it is a subsequent changes. Okay, it is a subsequent changes in pressure and flow in the heart chambers and blood vessels in between a subsequent changes of the subsequent cardiac contraction. Okay, that is called as the cardiac cycle. Okay, so if you see the definition, it is the subsequent changes in pressure and flow in the heart chambers and blood vessels in between two subsequent cardiac contraction. Okay, so this is the definition of the cardiac cycle. Okay, so cardiac cycle is nothing but the subsequent changes. Okay, sequentially changes where in pressure, in flow of the heart chambers, right, and blood vessels by subsequent contracting cardiac contraction, right? So it is the subsequent changes in the pressure and flow in the heart chambers and blood vessels in between two subsequent cardiac contraction. Okay, so it is also defined as it is a alternative rhythmic systole and diastole in both auricles and ventricles, followed by a period of pause, right? So it is also defined as it is a alternative rhythmic systole. Okay, it is the alternative rhythmic of systole and diastole in both auricles as well as ventricles, followed by a period of pause. Pause is nothing but the stop, right? So here systole and diastole, right? So systole means nothing but contraction and diastole is nothing but the relaxation, right? So it is the subsequent, it is the alternative rhythmic of contraction and relaxation in both auricles and ventricles, followed by a period of a pause. So it is called as the cardiac cycle. Okay, so how many duration it will be take? Okay, if you complete one cycle, how many the time will be taken? Okay, so time taken or duration of the one cardiac cycle is about 0.8 seconds, right? So one cardiac cycle duration it takes 0.8 seconds. Okay, so there are some phases in the cardiac cycle. We will discuss one by one, right? Let me run this. Usually what happens, this cardiac cycle is happen sequentially. That's why the word is used subsequently, right? So first one is okay, in cardiac cycle what happens, the auricles will contract at a time and ventricles will contract at a time, right? So first one is auricle contraction and auricle relaxation, right, and ventricular contraction and ventricular relaxation, right? So this auricle contraction takes a duration about 0.1 second, okay, and this auricle relaxation takes about 0.7 seconds, okay, and in ventricular contraction it takes about 0.3 seconds, and this ventricular relaxation takes about 0.5 seconds, which totally takes about 0.8 seconds, which is the total duration of one cardiac cycle, right? So this is the one duration of the cardiac cycle, which one cardiac cycle includes the auricle contraction, auricle relaxation, ventricular contraction and ventricular relaxation, right? So there are some phases which are involved in this cardiac cycle, okay? We will discuss one by one. Let me run this. So there are mainly 5 phases are involved in the cardiac cycle, right? So first one is, okay, the phases of cardiac cycle, right? The phases of the cardiac cycle, right? So first phase is that auricle contraction. Second one is auricle relaxation, right? And third one is joint diastole, and fourth one is ventricular contraction, and fifth one is ventricular relaxation, right? So these are the main 5 phases of the cardiac cycle. One is auricle contraction, second one is auricle relaxation, third is joint diastole, and fourth one is ventricular contraction, and fifth one is the ventricular relaxation, okay? So we will see one by one. Okay, the first one is auricles contraction, right? So what happened exactly in the auricle contraction, right? See the figure here. This is the one auricular system, okay? Contraction, it is also called as the system, right? So what happens in auricle system means, see here, this auricle initially is get filled by the deoxygenated blood, right? So this precaval and this postcaval veins brings the deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body and eject in the right artery, right? So this auricle, right? So what happens here? However, the blood is get filled in the right artery, right? So when the blood is get filled, the pressure of the auricle will goes on increases, right? When, okay, the first point is that the major veins brings deoxygenated blood from the all parts of body to the right auricle, right? And in case of left auricle, what happens? The pulmonary veins brings oxygenated blood to the left auricle. So both auricles are here get filled by the blood. Okay, when they are get filled by the blood, what happens? The pressure will be increased. The pressure will be increased in the auricles. the pressure will be increased in the auricles. When the pressure is increased, the auricles start to contract itself with the help of a tissue called as cardiac tissue or cardiac muscles. Okay, it is a cardiac muscle which helps in the contraction of the auricles, right? So what happens? The increased pressure will initiate the contraction of auricles, right? So the increased pressure will initiate the contraction of the auricles, right? So when, okay, let me rub this. When the auricles are start to contract with the help of the cardiac muscle, okay, so these auricles are start to contract. Okay, when they start to contract, they will opens this tricuspid valve. Okay, in case of right auricle, what happens? In case of right auricle, it will transfers the blood to the right ventricle. Okay, so whatever blood present in the right auricle is transferred to the right ventricle through an opening. That opening is called as tricuspid valve, right? By the opening of the tricuspid valve, what happens? The blood from the right auricle is transferred to the right ventricle, right? So, and in case of left auricle, what happens? The blood from the left auricle will transfer to the left ventricle through an opening, that is bicuspid valve. Okay, with the help of bicuspid valve, the blood from the left auricle will move to the left ventricle. Okay, so these will happen when the auricles are start to contract, right? So second phase is, okay, let me rub this. So second phase is auricle relaxation or auricle diastole, right? Second one is the auricle diastole, right? Diastole is nothing but the relaxation. Okay, auricle diastole or auricle relaxation, right? So at this diagram, see here. So what happened here? The auricles, okay, both right auricles and left auricles. So what happening here? However, the auricles are get contracted in the auricular systole. In auricular diastole, what happens? The contracted auricles are start to relax slowly. Okay, because what happens here? The contracted auricles starts to relax slowly. Why? Because what will happen? Because the pressure is decreased, right? Because of fall down in the pressure, right? Because of fall down in the pressure, what happens? The auricles are start to relax themselves, right? So what they are doing during the auricle relaxation, so whatever the blood is present in the auricle, that is transferred to the ventricles, right? So the auricles sends the relaxed ventricle. Okay, so this will happen in the auricle systole. In auricle diastole, the ventricles get filled with the blood and auricles are get relaxed. Okay, so what happens in this case? Okay, this auriculoventricular valves, right? Auriculoventricular valves, nothing but both bicuspid and tricuspid. Both bicuspid and tricuspid valves are get closed. Okay. Another point is that during auricular diastole or auricular relaxation, what happens? These openings, that is the precaval vein and postcaval veins, okay, they are start to again fill the blood in the right auricles or left auricle. Sorry, in case of right auricle, the precaval and postcaval will fill the blood in the right auricle. In case of left ventricle, the pulmonary veins will fill the left auricles, right? So the blood is stored slowly until the pressure is increased, right? So this is about the auricle diastole, that is auricle relaxation, okay? So next phases is joint diastole, and the third phase is that joint diastole, right? So third one is the joint diastole. So what happened in this phase, right? So main first point of this phase is both chambers are relaxed in this phase, okay? Both auricles and ventricles are relaxed in this phase, okay? So both auricles and ventricles are get relaxed in this phase. And second point is that here the auriculoventricular valves and auriculoventricular valves, both in tricapside and bicapside, these valves are get closed, and here the semilunar valves, okay, the semilunar valves as well as auriculoventricular valves, both are get closed, okay? So these auricles and these ventricles are in the relaxed state, and the opening of auriculoventricular and these semilunar valves are get closed, right? So the AB valves and semilunar valves get closed. They will get closed, right? So another one, third point is that during relaxation, in case of right auricle, okay, in case of right auricle, what happens? The right auricles is start to get filling the blood, okay? So in right auricles, the major veins of the body brings the deoxygenated blood, okay? So in case of this right auricle, what happens? This precaval and postcaval will bring the deoxygenated blood and start to fill in the right auricle, right? So, and in case of left auricle, so what happens in case of left auricle, right? In left auricle, the pulmonary veins, okay, the pulmonary veins will brings the oxygenated blood from lungs to this left auricle, okay? So the left auricle is start to get filled by this pulmonary veins, okay? So here left auricle is get filling by the pulmonary veins. So they will get filling by the pulmonary veins during the joint diastole, right? So after what happens? However, in case of ventricles, both right ventricles and left ventricles, these are get filled by the ejected blood from the auricles, right? Because before to the joint diastole stage, we have the auricle contraction, okay? Sorry, auricle relaxation, okay? After the auricle relaxation, what happens? Whatever the blood present in the auricles will transfer to the ventricles, right? That's why in joint diastole stage, some blood are stored or transferred to the ventricles, okay? So thing is that both auricles and ventricles are in relaxed state and the openings of the valve are kept closed. Right? So this is about the joint diastole. This joint diastole is followed by the next stage, that is ventricular systole. Right? So the next phase is ventricular systole. What happens in ventricular systole? Let us see. So the fourth phase is ventricular systole. Ventricular systole. Systole is nothing but the contraction. Right? So in ventricular systole, it is mainly characterized by two phases. Okay, it is again divided into two phases. One is isovolumetric contraction and second one is ventricular contraction proper. Right? So one is the isovolumetric contraction and second one is the ventricular contraction proper. Right? So we will see one by one. So first one is isovolumetric contraction. Right? So what happens in isovolumetric contraction? As the name indicates, iso means same, volumetric means volume, kept same, means volume kept constant. Right? Contraction means systole, contracting. Right? So what happens here? See the diagram. Fourth one. In case of ventricular systole, that is isovolumetric contraction. So here what happens? However, the blood is transferred to the auricles to the ventricle first. Right? So here what happens? This ventricle has the blood. Right? So when the ventricle is get filled by the blood, what happens? The pressure will be starts to increase. The pressure will be starts to increase in the ventricle because the blood is transferred from auricles to the ventricle. Right? And second point is that, okay, so this is the important point here. When the pressure is increases in the ventricle, what happens? This tricuspid valve, okay, if you take in case of right auricle, okay, that is tricuspid valve, it will get closed because when the concentration or when the pressure goes on increasing, what happens? This tricuspid valve will get closed. Okay. For this purpose, it required little amount of little energy, means little pressure. Okay. The point is that the AV valves get closed. Okay. For the closure of the AV valves, it requires little pressure, little amount of the pressure, right? So when the pressure goes on increase, the AV valve, that is tricuspid valve as well as bicuspid valve, both are get closed. And this semilunar valves, right? This semilunar valves also get closed. Why? Because when the concentration will increase, okay, so the pressure required more in amount to close the semilunar valves, right? So to close the auriculoventricular valves, we require less pressure. Okay, we require less pressure, but to close the semilunar valves, we require more pressure. Right? So what happens here? Both auriculoventricular opening are closed and semilunar walls also get closed. Okay, so whatever the volume present in the ventricles is same, that is constant, that there is no change in the volume of the ventricles, right? Keep it in mind, this opening also closed and this opening also closed, and it has the volume. The volume present in the right ventricle and volume present in the left ventricle is constant. That will not be changed. That's why the term is used isovolumetric contraction. That's why it is called as isovolumetric contraction, because both the volume present in the ventricles are same. It is not changed. Okay. So this is about the ventricular systole. In ventricular systole, the first phase is the isovolumetric contraction, right? And second phase is ventricular systole proper, right? Ventricular systole proper. So in this phase, what happens, right? So however, the pressure in the ventricles are increased, right? So pressure in the ventricle are increased. If you take in case of right ventricle, the pressure exerted here is 10 to 12 mmHg. Okay. So in case of right ventricle, the pressure exerted by the volume is 10 to 12 millimeter per mercury, right? So if you take in case of left ventricle, okay, in left ventricle the pressure is about 80 mmHg, right? So in case of right ventricle it will be 10 to 12 mmHg, and in case of left ventricle it is about 80 mmHg, right? So what happens here? So whatever the volume is present in the right ventricle is increased, its pressure will be increased. So the difference is, the question is here that why the right ventricle have less pressure as compared to the left ventricle. Okay, why the right ventricle have less pressure as compared to the left ventricle? Because this right ventricle has less pressure, because this whatever the blood present in the right ventricle is transferred to the lungs, because it is deoxygenated blood, and the distance between heart and lungs is somewhat less. But in case of left ventricle, this left ventricle is filled by the oxygenated blood, right? So this blood is transferred to the aorta. So the aorta will spread and transfer the blood to all parts of the body. That's why it requires much pressure as compared to the right ventricle. Okay, so this is the ventricular systole proper, right? This ventricular systole proper is again subdivided into two phases, that is rapid ejection phase and slow ejection phase, right? So this ventricular systole proper is again subdivided into rapid ejection phase and slow ejection phase. Okay, so what happens here? When the pressure is increased, okay, when the pressure is increased, this semilunar valves start to open the way, right? The semilunar valves will open, right? So this semilunar valves will open, and what happens? Whatever the blood present in the ventricle will start move to the respective artery and aorta, right? So what happens? The pressure in the ventricle will start to move in the respective blood vessels. Okay, let me explain this. So what happens here? First point is that, so whatever the pressure in the ventricle will start to transfer to the respective blood vessels, right? So in case of right ventricle, what happens? So whatever the pressure is exerted in the right ventricle is started to move towards the pulmonary artery, right? So the pressure will move towards the pulmonary arteries, right? In case of left ventricle, same, the pressure will move towards the pulmonary veins, right? So this will happen in the ventricular systole proper, right? And second one is the rapid ejection phase, right? So first one is the rapid ejection phase. So what happens in rapid ejection phase? See here, take this one example, that is right ventricle, right? So in the right ventricle, the pressure is again exerted. The pressure is again created to maximum level, that is about 120 mmHg in case of right ventricle. Okay, so when the intraventricular pressure is increased, okay, so it will passes to the where? This one, that is pulmonary artery, right? So this pressure is transferred. Pressure is transferred along with the blood. Right? So in case of right ventricle, the intraventricular pressure is exerted, that is increased, right? So it will lead to this pressure will transfer along with the blood to the where? To the pulmonary arteries, right? And in case of left ventricle, right? This is about more than 25 mmHg in case of right ventricle. In case of left ventricle, okay, in case of left ventricle, what happens? The intraventricular pressure increases up to 180 mmHg, right? So that pressure is transferred to the where? This one, aorta, okay? Aorta, along with the pressure is transferred to the aorta along with blood, okay? So in case of right ventricle, it exceeds 25 mmHg of pressure. In case of left ventricle, it exceeds 180 mmHg. Okay, why the difference? We know that because whatever the blood present in the right ventricle is transferred to the lungs for the purpose of oxygenation, right? So whatever the blood present in the left ventricle is transferred to the aorta, and from aorta it is transferred to the all parts of our body, right? That's why this left ventricle have high pressure as compared to the right ventricle, right? So this is about the rapid ejection. As the name, rapid means very fast, ejection means liberate, right? Or pour, right? So whatever the blood is present here, it is poured to the respective blood vessels, right? And second one is, and second subphase is rapid ejaculation, and first phase is slow ejaculation phase or slow ejaculatory phase. Okay, so what happens here? However, the maximum pressure is transferred in the first ejaculatory phase. In slow ejaculatory phase, what happens? After the exits of the pressure or after the liberation of the pressure in the right ventricle will be decreased, right? The right ventricle will be decreased. So when the pressure is decreased, so the small amount of blood is transferred to the pulmonary arteries, right? So the decreased pressure will transfer low amount of blood to pulmonary arteries, right? So in case of left ventricle, say the pressure is declined, the pressure will comes down, okay? And at that phase, the decreased pressure will transfer less amount of blood to the aorta, right? So in case of slow ejaculation, what happens? In case of right ventricle, the pressure is came down or declined, and slow or low amount of the blood will be transferred. Same in case of left ventricle, the pressure will be decreased and low amount of the blood will be transferred in case of slow ejaculatory phase. Okay, so this is about the ventricular systole phase, right? And the next phase is ventricular diastole. And the last phase is ventricular diastole or ventricular relaxation, right? So what happens in this phase is, this is the last phase of the cardiac cycle, okay? This last phase of cardiac cycle, right? So this phase is again divided into two phases. One is isovolumetric diastole or relaxation, and second one is ventricular diastole proper, right? So this ventricular diastole is again subdivided into two phases. One is isovolumetric relaxation and second one is the ventricular diastole proper. Okay, we will see one by one. First one is isovolumetric relaxation or isovolumetric diastole. So what's here in this diagram, right? So again same, iso means same, volumetric means volume, and diastole means relaxation. So what happens here is, see here, so in this case, whatever the pressure present in the ventricles are transferred to the respective blood vessels in earlier phase. So in this phase what happens? So the pressure is came down, okay, because the ventricles are getting relaxed. That's why whatever the pressure is present in earlier, that will becomes down. So pressure will becomes down. Okay, at this case what happens? Okay, the pressure will came down in the ventricles. The pressure will came down in the ventricle. Okay, so we know that for this AB valves, we require less pressure to close the valves, and for semilunar valves, we require much pressure to close the semilunar valves. Okay, so this ventricular diastole, that is isovolumetric relaxation, it's lasts for only few seconds or only fraction of seconds. Okay, so it lasts for only fraction of seconds. Okay, it will last for only fraction of second. So what happens here is this AB valves and this semilunar valves are again get closed for a fraction of second. Okay, and these two ventricles are in relaxed state, right? So these are also relaxed in state and these are also in relaxed in state. Okay, so what happens here? Relaxed in state means both these are ready to get the blood from the ventricles. Okay, so that fraction of second is called as isovolumetric relaxation. Okay, because however both ventricles are in relaxed state, but there is no entry of the blood from auricles to the ventricle, right? So, and whatever the volume present in the ventricles during the relaxation is kept constant, right? So, the volume in both ventricles are kept constant. The volumes in both ventricles are kept constant, right? These valves are get closed and whatever the volume present in the ventricles are kept constant during the relaxation. Okay, that state is nothing but isovolumetric relaxation, right? And after this, and the second substage is ventricular diastole proper, right? So this is the again sub phase of the ventricular diastole. This ventricular diastole is again subdivided to rapid filling and second one is slow filling. Okay, so as the name indicates, rapid filling and slow filling, right? So these two ventricles are in relaxed condition, right? And so whatever the blood is stored in the arteries are start to move from auricles to the ventricle, right? So what happens here? The pressure in the ventricles will be decreased, right? So the pressure in ventricles will decrease and opening of AB valves will takes place, right? So the pressure in the ventricle will be decreased and the AB valves will get open. Okay, these will get open. So whatever the stored blood in the auricles are transferred to the ventricles. Okay, so that is 70% of the filling of the ventricle. 70% of filling of the ventricle is passively happen. Because there is the relaxation condition, right? That's why 70% of the ventricular filling is happened by the passive transfer, and it happens passively, right? And third point is that so that this rapid filling is continuous until the pressure is exerted here, right? So pressure is increased here, right? So the next phase will come. This rapid filling is followed by the slow filling, right? So in slow filling, what happens? In slow fillings, what happens? So whatever the pressure is exerted, that will come down. Okay. So pressure will come down and remaining blood is filled slowly. Remaining blood is filled slowly. This is because of, this is due to the venous return. Venous return, right? Because both chambers are somewhat relaxed in condition. Okay, the pressure here is comparatively somewhat less, and here also less. That's why there is passive filling of the blood will be taken place, right? So this is about the slow filling of the ventricular diastole, right? Again, this ventricular diastole is again followed by the auricle contraction or arterial contraction, right? So these phases will repeat again and again to complete the cardiac cycle. Okay, so this is about the cardiac cycle, and phases are involved in the cardiac cycle. If you like this video, please comment and subscribe. Thank you.